Cruise news time, and wow, we've got a wild story unfolding in Miami where a cruise passenger has vanished. Last seen 2 days ago on disembarkation day, and nobody knows where he is at right now. Also, more cancellations for a beleaguered and troubled Royal Caribbean cruise ship, and I've got some updates. Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to La Lido Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your face. And let me hit you first and foremost with a couple updates. The other day when I was talking about the folks that got kicked off the cruise ship for CBD gummies, I mentioned that Carnival prohibits Bluetooth speakers. And while that was true for a moment, they do allow Bluetooth speakers. A couple people reached out, and that is true. I went to the prohibited list and verified that Bluetooth speakers are allowed. And hopefully the fact that they are not banned when I thought they were banned reinforces the point that I was making in that video. Before you go on a cruise, you have to check and see what's prohibited and what's not prohibited. Don't just listen to some guy on the internet or your friend or your mom or a talking dog. Don't listen to any. I would listen to a talking dog, honestly. That would be captivating, but I don't know that I would take cruise advice from a talking dog. It depends. If the talking dog was wearing a sailor's outfit, I would definitely listen to its cruise advice. But the point that I was trying to make in that video, the point that I'm trying to make now is you have to verify that stuff on your own. Trust but verify. And then along those lines, we had that conversation yesterday about the people being denied onto a cruise because they were getting on in New Zealand and there was a visa requirement in Australia. Just to clarify that, there's a kind of independent territory in Australia. It's called Norfolk. It's part of Australia, but it's independent at the same time. And while most of the time when New Zealanders go to Australia, they don't require a visa because of this place called Norfolk. I don't know. They probably say Norfolk over there, like where in Virginia we say Norfolk. Whatever the place is called. You got to have a visa for there. That was the problem. And then I had the live stream last night and people were like, do I need this to go to Europe? Or do I need this to go to Jamaica? Again, I don't know. I don't know everything, and so I may say the wrong thing. And it's one of those deals, just like the prohibited item list, when it comes to your travel documentation, you have to verify it. Again, I'll give you what guidance I know, but I'm not infallible, and I don't know everything. So I try to know as much as I can, and that goes the same for anybody else that's trying to help you out. So make sure that you verify your own stuff. Hopefully that makes sense. Update number 2.5 or 3, we've been talking about Royal Caribbean's Radiance of the Seas that some time ago had propulsion issues while they were cruising in the waters of Alaska. Recently, they limped their way back to Seward, Alaska to do repairs on that cruise ship, but the repairs were not timely enough for the September 1st sailing of that cruise to go from Seward to Vancouver, so they canceled that cruise on the day that people were embarking that cruise. What a bummer. And when they canceled that cruise, they said they'd hope to get it repaired and to have the cruise ship in Vancouver so that people were scheduled to jump on the Radiance of the Seas on September the 8th in Vancouver would be able to cruise. Well, those passengers got notified yesterday that the September 8th sailing of Radiance of the Seas out of Vancouver has been canceled. So it sounds like these repairs maybe are a little more extensive than what was first anticipated. It's you ever drop your car off and the guy's like, call me back this afternoon and we'll get you all fixed up. And you call the guy back and he goes, oh, we had to get a part from Missouri. We'll have it for you tomorrow. All right, you call tomorrow and the guy's like, we don't have the part yet. It's, it's in transit. It sounds like one of those scenarios. And unfortunately, the people that are being impacted by those scenarios are the people on future sailings. No word yet on whether or not the September the 15th sailing of the Radiance of the Seas will be canceled. But as soon as I know, I will let you know. Were you impacted by any of these sailings? Have you ever had to wait 3 days for Jimmy to put a new carburetor on your car? Leave a comment below. Now I got to tell you about this crazy vanished passenger story on the Carnival Conquest. But before I do that, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. And when I say invite you to subscribe, I'm just begging you. I'm a beggar. I'm a poor, meek beggar saying, please, 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 subscribe to this YouTube channel. And I'm begging not only for my own benefit, but also for yours. I want you to be notified when the latest cruise news show comes to your face. And the easiest way to get notified is to let the professionals at YouTube do that. They got a whole system in place. You hit that notification bell, and as soon as I hit publish, bingo, bango, you are notified that the latest show is out. So simply, if you like to stay up to date with everything going on in cruising, please consider subscribing, notification bell on, that way you don't miss out on these episodes. Thank you in advance. All right, here's the story. On Monday, the Carnival Conquest returned from its cruise to the port of Miami. They had their disembarkation, but during their disembarkation, not all of the passengers were accounted for. This is 26-year-old Kevin McGrath. And nobody knows where he's at. He was last seen at 2 a.m. in his cabin by surveillance, and then his cabin mate said that they saw him at 7 a.m. around the time of the ship's disembarkation, but there is no record of him getting off of the cruise ship. There is no record by customs of him passing through the facial recognition there. They don't know where he's at. And so an investigation has kicked in. Carnival has searched the entire cruise ship. They have not found anything on any of their surveillance footage. The Coast Guard was called into the harbor to search the waters around the harbor. Local law enforcement were called on board to investigate. They completed their investigation. They cleared the Conquest to go on its next cruise. And here we are, a full 2 days later, 48 hours later, and nobody knows where this dude is. That's unsettling. I guess the best case scenarios are maybe he's hiding on the cruise ship and it will be a funny haha moment when he, appears as a stowaway, which I'm assuming would be followed with him getting in trouble by a lot of people. But that would be a positive outcome. At least, he's going to get in trouble, but at least he's okay. I guess another positive scenario would be that somehow he got off the cruise ship and got through customs without that being recorded, and he's just unawares that people are looking for him. And then once he becomes awares that people are looking for him, this will all be cleared up. And then the worst case scenarios are the nefarious ones, that maybe he did fall in the water. It was not detected by the surveillance on the cruise ship, and he's in the water and they just haven't figured that out yet. Or worse than that, he was a victim of foul play and something nefarious like that. Again, all of this is speculation because we don't know where the guy is. Hopefully it will be a positive outcome. I'll continue to watch the story and hopefully we'll be able to pass some more information on to you. Certainly unsettling, and I'm assuming anybody that's close to that dude is very worried at this point. So hopefully it'll turn out in a positive way. Click, click, boom. That is your cruise news. Let me ask you this. Did you enjoy the show today? Did you chuckle? Did you have a few chuckles? And I mean like laughs. I don't mean like chuckles like the awesome candy that you got out of bowling alley vending machines in the 1970s. What's the best chuckles flavor? Red's pretty good. I mean, red's tough to beat. The black one though, very good. Did you have some chuckles today? Maybe you should have had chuckles today. We did talk about a missing person, for goodness sakes. Are you a bunch of sickos out there laughing at the despair of missing persons? Or maybe there might have been a place to laugh other than that. So what I'm trying to say, entertained, educated, informed, annoyed, hit the like button, please. This is Tony for La Lido Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido, Fido. We'll see you on the Lido. Bye. Cruise News.